like every 5 minutes someone was asking me if we still have de-icer.
I want to make sure that we don't slip and fall as we leave our house.
I think there's a lot of just preparation going on just because last year got pretty crazy.
Yes, it did, and that's just some of what we're hearing tonight across the Portland metro with what we are calling a weather impact alert and a winter storm inbound, with plows at the ready, de-icer being spread across our roads, and some closures already in effect. Good evening, everyone. David Molko here with you on this bitterly cold Wednesday night. 31 degrees in Salem with a live look at the Oregon State Capitol, because if you're in the southern and central parts of the valley, it looks like the snow and, sorry to say, ice we've been talking about is going to be hitting you first. We have live team coverage to get you prepared, with school closures and delayed starts now tracking on the bottom of your screen. We'll check in with Catherine Cook in just a moment. But first to Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino with your first forecast. Hi, Matt.
Hey, David. Yeah, you mentioned it is another very, very cold night out there. Here's downtown Portland. We're at 32, east winds at 28. That means our wind chill temperature is in the teens. So it's cold. This is setting the stage for snow and eventually freezing rain to move throughout western Oregon during the day tomorrow. Look at the temperatures around the region. 29 in McMinnville. It's 24 in Scappoose already, where the wind has died. The sky is still generally clear. It's really dropping off. Elsewhere in the state, it's been brutally cold. It's 13 below in Burns right now. They dropped to minus 27 this morning. Single digits in Pendleton, 22 in the Dalles, and that strong east wind is pushing that cold Arctic air west of the Cascades. So Thursday and Friday are weather impact alert days, and the snow will begin Thursday morning. Snow and ice will come and go right on through into Friday, meaning that there will be some periods where there's nothing happening, nothing falling out of the sky. But expect slick roads by midday or certainly by tomorrow afternoon. The afternoon commute tomorrow could be a real mess. So be prepared to stay home and stay off the roads and just kind of hunker down, right? So Doppler radar, nothing in northwest Oregon, but off the southern Oregon coast, there's gobs of moisture down here off of northern California, and that's what's going to be moving northward into Oregon, producing our snow and our freezing rain. We have a winter storm warning in the Portland area, but farther south, it's just a plain old ice storm warning. The difference, winter storm warning because we'll see snow and mixes of precipitation and some ice, but the ice storm warning is just very specific. It's going to be ice. It's going to be freezing rain and sleet, and it will be accumulating down that way, so that will be very problematic. Still hanging on to the cold weather warning in the gorge because of the low wind chills there. So here's the forecast for tomorrow. Snowing in south of Portland at 7 a.m. Should reach the metro area about 8 a.m. And by noon, 1 to 3 inches of snow. And then there's a break in the afternoon. But that won't last forever, David. We'll time out the rest of this and talk about the other parts of the state in a bit. Back to you.
Yeah, sounds like a messy couple of days. Thank you, Matt. Let's bring in Catherine Cook live at Sylvan Hill now tonight. Catherine, it seems like the time to prepare for the storm system is quickly running out.
Yeah, and because we don't know exactly how bad it's going to be, David, people we spoke with tonight tell me they just want to be prepared for anything. It's the calm before the storm, and customers were so calm as they hit up Ace Hardware on Northwest Broadway. Dozens of them. Topping their list, sodium chloride, aka ice melt, road salt, the good stuff.
More salt, even though my husband says we probably don't need any.
To borrow another cliche, better safe than sorry.
Want to make sure that we don't slip and fall as we leave our house after the storm.
Colin Better got the regular stuff and the pet-safe stuff for his dogs.
They keep on loading in more salt. I think they're expecting a lot of people.
Oh, they are.
Like every 5 minutes someone was asking me if we still have de-icer.
Other hot items, propane tanks, shovels, and faucet covers. Customers don't want to forget anything.
Definitely, especially after like the ice storm last year, I think there's a lot of just preparation going on just because last year got pretty crazy.
And last year, a lot of people lost power for days. Some turned to generators to run portable heaters to warm their homes. Firefighters say that's fine. Just don't bring generators inside, and don't use your oven or range to heat your home. They say doing so is a big risk for carbon monoxide poisoning, which sent 12 people to the hospital last winter.
Have that generator outside of your home. Make sure it's not, the exhaust isn't venting into your structure, but it's outside. It's downwind if you can be downwind.
Rick Graves with Portland Fire says carbon monoxide is tasteless, odorless, invisible, and can kill you.
Carbon monoxide will attach itself to the molecules in the blood at a higher level than oxygen will. It pushes oxygen out, and people get extremely sick or they die as a result of lack of oxygen running through their system.
And first responders cannot emphasize that enough. Our thanks to them for that warning. Also, they suggest if you have a carbon monoxide detector to make sure it is working and keep an eye on it. David, back to you.
Yeah, great advice. Catherine Cook along a dry Highway 26 tonight. Thanks, Catherine. Appreciate you being out there. Hey, from PBOT to ODOT, road crews tell us they are at the ready, treating city, county, and state roads with de-icer, making sure plows are ready to go, and in some places, pre-positioning teams in order to respond. TriMet also telling us it's putting heavy-duty chains on some buses in advance and running trains through the night to keep those overhead lines clear of ice buildup. Officials cautioning the biggest concern for them right now is that threat of ice.
The urgent thing about this week's forecast is the freezing rain aspect. You know, if it was just a trace of snow or potentially an inch of snow, that might be some cause for concern, but freezing rain is just dangerous.
Authorities say the conditions on our roads will likely change several times over the course of Thursday and Friday, saying that you should not expect a normal drive and not to assume that you can make it home if the trip out was okay. They also ask you to not leave your vehicle in a travel lane if it becomes too difficult to drive. TripCheck.com, as always, a great resource before you leave the house. Meanwhile, Multnomah County has opened a 6th severe weather shelter tonight to help bring people in from the cold. Here's a map of all the locations. They'll remain open through at least noon with the potential they will be extended beyond that. All of these are open to people with pets and accessible for those with disabilities. A reminder, if you need a ride to a shelter or help finding one, you can call 211. Stay with KGW for the latest on our weather impact alert. Matt will return with his full forecast, including a closer look at potential ice and snow totals. That is in less than 10 minutes. Plus, you can look for the latest anytime on KGW.com and also on our streaming app. That is KGW Plus. New at 11, a case of vandalism in Northwest Portland caught on camera with a suspect targeting a Tesla and an owner who thinks the culprit wanted to send a political message. Alma McCarty has the story.
The video shows the vandal covering his face, writing something on the hood of a car.
That happened in broad daylight. I mean, he was brazen.
And Tim Tees says the culprit targeted his Tesla, parked in his Northwest Portland driveway on a quiet neighborhood street.
During Super Bowl Sunday, while I was up watching the game, my son and I were watching the football game. I showed you the video, they spray painted my car.
When Tees went to investigate, he discovered the word Nazi written in red. And he thinks there's a connection to Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who's now serving President Trump.
I get that people are upset about Elon. I'm upset about Elon, you know. I bought the car before, you know, Elon went crazy, hence the bumper sticker.
A sticker that'll have to wait, since after cleaning, his Tesla is now in storage.
I'm thinking about selling the Tesla, although I really like the car.
This vandalism, reported to Portland police, follows other incidents, including a suspected arson at a Salem Tesla dealership last month. And in Colorado, a dealership was hit multiple times. Police there said some of the graffiti was offensive and hateful. While back in Portland, Tees has this message for the person responsible.
What I would say to him is like, hey, look, dude, if you want to protest, I'll go and protest with you. The $255 I spent to clean my car, I could have used to donate to the DNC or, you know, to a number of other organizations that could have done something a little bit more constructive.
Now, while he is considering selling the Tesla, Tees also tells me that he is getting more cameras around his home following this vandalism and a couple break-ins within the last 3 months. David?
Yeah, thank you, Alma. Appreciate you reporting on that tonight. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, a Portland mother whose toddler son died from a fentanyl overdose nearly 2 years ago has been charged in connection with his death. Kelsey Hawes pleaded not guilty this morning to charges that include first-degree manslaughter. According to court documents, in June 2023, her 22-month-old son was found unconscious inside their apartment after he found a straw that had been used to smoke fentanyl. The child was given Narcan but died at the hospital. A preventative detention hearing is now set for tomorrow. Well, some good news in the Beaverton School District, where teachers and counselors have finalized a new 3-year contract. The deal, which covers 2,600 teachers and staff, includes a nearly 15% total cost of living adjustment over 3 years. It is also retroactive for this school year and increases health insurance contributions from the district. And a Senate confirmation hearing for Lori Chavez DeRemer has been postponed until next Wednesday because of a winter storm. The former GOP Congresswoman from Happy Valley is President Trump's pick for Labor Secretary. Chavez DeRemer will have to win over Republicans who are skeptical about her labor-friendly record and Democrats who believe the president's agenda is hostile to unions.